And it's time for some tailoring in Alpha 18, needle and thread. I think this is something to allow you to craft clothing. I think because we can already do armor, so hopefully it's not armor, and maybe clothing like the suits that was covered in a previous video of the Magnum Enforcer where you would take less damage. Maybe something like that. Well, but anyway, this is Alpha 18 pre-look of some of the book series, and let's hear from Madmole.
Hey everyone, it's Joel from the Fun Pimps, and we're here today to talk about the new book, Needle and Thread. So Needle and Thread is a book that lets you craft various clothing items in the game. You know, you can't always find a duster or whatever you're looking for, so we thought it'd be kind of cool to, you know, let players craft clothing. So first edition's winter wear. Get ready for winter and stay warm by learning how to craft flannel shirts, sweatshirts, and skull caps.
And I actually like having that as a perk. I think it's been one of the things that have been missing in previous versions, that you always had to find the clothing. You could make armor, you could make a gyrocopter, you could make advanced traps and turrets and what have you, but you couldn't even put together a sweatshirt or something, or a hoodie or whatever. And that's really weird. Now, being able to craft it is really useful, but mostly early, maybe early mid-game as well, because after that you probably found all the clothing that you need and you actually don't need anything extra. And I see that's a little bit of a concern because these ones are going to take quite a while to find. And so you have to imagine that, you know, it's only going to be towards mid or late game that you actually might find a number of these ones, and by then you probably have a really well stocked wardrobe already. And so maybe this should have been a part of the normal the clothing perk tree instead. Maybe make it better, or mods for them or something. But yeah, I think it should be under the normal perk tree. But it's nice that they finally put that in.
And Volume 2 is Legwear. So this one lets you craft denim jeans, skirts, and overalls.
It's same thing. Creating jeans and skirts and what have you. I mean, that's cool. But you know, if you probably have them, unless you are just in the beginning, and by then you probably have not found this needle and thread volumes.
Volume 3, shoes.
So this one is probably one of the least useful, because for the jacket and the pants, you can actually wear that at the same time as you wear armor. Shoes is one of those things that if you wear shoes, you can't wear your steel boots or your military boots or something that provide protection. So I don't really see this one being useful. Maybe if you find it the first day or something and you have the material, but after that, you know, I never see any wearing normal shoes. They always wear armor.
This is going to let you craft various footwear in the game. I believe, you know, cowboy boots and dress shoes and whatnot. This one here, desert wear. Beat the heat by learning how to make shorts, tank tops, t-shirts, and hats designed to keep you
useful. Again, some of these things might be difficult to find early mid-game, but late game you probably have everything. You probably scrap it down for cloth anyway, for bandages and first aid kits.
Looking and feeling cool. So I believe that one's going to unlock the Cowboy Hat, which helps you keep you nice and cool in the desert, as well as all those other things mentioned. Dusters, this one will let you craft those. And Volume 6 is puffer coats, keep you nice and warm. And Volume 7, my favorite, is pockets. And this one lets you craft the cargo pockets, which are a -2 to encumbrance. So if you have install one of those to your pants, you're basically going to lose 2 of these encumbrance slots. So it's a great option for...
I like that one. This one seems to be the only out of this one, and it's Volume 7, the only that is really useful. The rest of them you can get by. I'm sure you can find these ones, but being able to craft the pockets that you can put on. So I don't know how many, you know, maybe put on your pants, maybe on your duster or something. Maybe it'll be 2 or 3 clothing items that allows you to put pockets, but that will still be 2, 4, or 6, depending on how they do that. And that will be useful, but I think the rest of them, unfortunately, seem really underwhelming, especially compared to the previous book series that we covered.
You know, the guy who doesn't want to go into strength and buy all the pack mule perks. And another thing is now just a note is by default you can craft a single pocket mod for your clothing. So when you first spawn, as soon as you get some duct tape and some cloth, you can craft a pocket. I don't have an icon for it, so I'm not going to show you. But anyway, then we got the completion perk. Let me get to that real quick. Needle and thread. So when you collect all these books, then you can craft military clothing, which is basically the best clothing in the game. So pretty good little completion bonus. Be nice to be able to make BDUs and all that. So
I guess that one might be useful as well. I don't know. I still think it's an issue because let's say you have all these 7 by, say, day 100, 150 or whatever, when you're really high level. By then, I'm assuming you can find military clothing around and then you've already collected them. And who cares about crafting them at that point? Maybe you want to have higher quality level. Interesting that he also covered that even without unlocking these perks, you can actually craft single pockets for your clothing to open up some pocket slots. That'll be interesting. I think that's pretty cool. That makes this one even less useful, though, unfortunately. So not a bad one. Just compared to Lucky Looter or Great Heist or Fireman's Almanac, this one is really, really underwhelming. I think so far the Great Heist is probably one of the better ones. Actually, Lucky Looter is good as well.
That's it for this book series. Thank you.
Thank you, Madmole. I appreciate you covering it. He seems to be putting these out, quite a few of them now. Do you think that's because Alpha 18 is imminent? What do you think? Let me know and I'll catch you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.